you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram Tolegian, joined by Steve Ramirez. We have a very big game going down in the Whittier area, specifically the La Mirada area. On Friday night, this game is at La Mirada High. Make note of that, everybody. You might see in a lot of places it listed at Excelsior. This game is being played at La Mirada High School. This is Norwalk, 7-2, 5-0 in the Suburban League, going to La Mirada, 8-1, 5-0 in the Suburban League. And I said going to, and I don't think that's actually right. I think this is going to be Norwalk's home game being played at La Mirada. So I think the La Mirada fans are actually going to be on the visitor side this week, Stevie, and the Norwalk fans will be on the La Mirada homestand side, which is kind of interesting. That ought to make for some fun, arrangements for fans and whatnot. But nonetheless, basically the bottom line, if you get right down to it, is these are the top two teams in the Suburban League, very clearly, 5-0 each of them. La Mirada's done it with a lot more flash. Both teams are playing for a high, playoff seedings, and you think that the winner of this game will get just that. What are your thoughts, early on here as we build up for this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think this game has kind of been building from week to week. I mean, going into the season, these were the two teams who you thought would be the top two teams. I think La Mirada has kind of surprised us a little bit in the fact that we thought, or some people thought they were probably a little bit behind Norwalk going into the year, but they have proven with the type of games that they have won that they're probably the favorite in this game. Right,
and we know from last year Norwalk's a very capable, successful program. This is your Southeast Division runner-up, a team that was, a tough beat play away by Frankie Palmer in the championship against Lucerna from finishing, I believe, undefeated last year, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
They have the pedigree in this type of game. Now, you look at their two losses this year, St. John Bosco and El Toro. At least one outstanding team and one pretty good team in El Toro. La Mirada's loss comes to Servite, pretty outstanding team. Last year's game, 42-35, Norwalk wins. That was when Coach Mike Machete, who has some experience around the Suburban League, having played in it and now coached in it for quite a while, called Norwalk the best Suburban League team he's ever seen. I think La Mirada had their chances in that game last year anyway, but still they lost 42-35. If that Norwalk team was the best Machete's ever seen, I'd like to know what this La Mirada team is, because I think they're even better than that. And that's why, as we get into predictions here, I'm thinking this game's going to be relatively easy in the end for La Mirada. I don't think they're going to fall.
Really? I mean, a bit relatively easy?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to fall into the trap. That's Fred Robledo behind the camera.
I
don't think they're going to fall into the trap of playing this plodding style with Norwalk. I think La Mirada is explosive enough to jump on top of them, and if they do that, they get Norwalk out of their comfort zone. There's no Rashad Penny this year, to kind of do things all by himself. This team, Norwalk, has bounced back from the El Toro and St. John Bosco losses by beating teams they should beat. Okay, but there's no win over Tesoro, there's no win on over Charter Oak, on their docket like there is for La Mirada. This La Mirada team's on another level. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, and I think this one's going to be easy in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be, just from the service, it looks like that's the way it's going to go. I mean, you don't like to use comparable scores.
Right.
But La Mirada has just coasted through this Suburban League schedule. They haven't had any close games at all. And in fact, they played extremely well all year except for the Servite game. And if Norwalk has any chance, they're going to have to control the ball in this game. But La Mirada, like you said, has the horses to just jump on them early, and when you do that, it takes them out of their game.
They're very plodding, slow, wing type game.
And so, I don't want to say it's going to be a blowout, but it's going to be pretty easy for La Mirada, I think.
Right, I agree. Freddie, you scoffed at my call.
Well, I don't think it's going to be easy. I remember last year, kind of, not giving Norwalk enough credit going in all the way through, and
who did that?
I did. I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Well,
I
was
did.
gonna say,
I think.
you might be
You know.
the only one.
You know, championship games like this, and you're right. Those teams that you mentioned, they lost to both Pac-5 division teams. One of them is I mean, Bosco is a team that can actually win in the Pac-5. So I don't think it's going to be a blowout. And this is an important game because one of these teams are going to get a top 4 seed with a win. They're going to go number 1, and then you never know when you go in as a second place team. I like La Mirada too. I just don't like them as comfortable as both of you are. I think it's going to be a close game.
I think Freddie needs to go see La Mirada.
Well,
and then he's going to understand what we're talking about. Because this team's a lot different than other La Mirada teams.
And actually, the key
close
to
game.
The key to this game might be the coin flip. Because if La Mirada gets the ball first
and gets a lead,
and gets a lead, I don't think Norwalk can catch him.
Yeah. All right. So there you have it.
What a statement. Okay, go ahead.
We all three pick La Mirada. Stevie and I think it's easy. Freddie thinks it's going to be maybe a grinder of a game. Anyways, fans, get out there and enjoy this game. This is going down at La Mirada High School. Very important you know that. It's Norwalk's home game, but the game's being played at La Mirada. Suburban League Championship. Enjoy it.